going back to about 20 years ago when you started your training with BCLP, if you have to say, how did you feel at the time? What were your worries that potential first-seaters such as myself might be facing? And what were the challenges for you, and how do you see those challenges translating to today?
Speaking personally, the challenge for me was, I'm 45 now, and I've been out since I was 18, but it was a very different time back then, so I came out in the 90s. And I was out and proud at university and at law school, but when I went to a city law firm, as was, when we were basically just London, my personal concern was, how could I be myself within the city law firm? There were no other lesbians that I could see. I knew of one male partner in the City of London within legal, and so I went back in the closet. That was my overriding concern, not how good my work product was, but whether I could be myself. It wasn't anything nasty, but it transpired that people did know, and it was my supervisor at the time, so you'll have your supervisor as a first seat trainee, and it's probably in my second seat, and they said, Daisy, people do know. And it doesn't matter. It just does not matter. And it was like a chokehold that I'd put on myself was completely released, and I was able, and I know people talk about being their authentic selves, and it's so important because it was night and day. And I was able to thrive. I think it really benefited my career. You mentioned that I made partner quite early. I did. That doesn't mean that I'm a better lawyer than any of my counterparts, but because I was able to be out, and it was just when diversity was being talked about for the first time in the city, I had the ear of management because they were interested in what all this diversity malarkey was, and we started the LGBTQ group. So it really made me grow in confidence to be able to be out, and that was my personal concern. So I know that's not the answer you expected from the question, but that for me was my experience of being a trainee, and that was my overriding concern, not the work itself.